Hello everyone, myself Dr. Sonam Gupta, working as a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So today we are going to discuss basics of cloud computing for the subject cloud computing. So we all know what is a cloud. Cloud, it is a basic storage where all the information is stored. Suppose I am working over here, all the information will be stored over the cloud. What will be the use of having cloud? Why cloud is required? What is the advantage of having a cloud? So we all know that to make the data availability anywhere, cloud is the basic solution. Along with this, we can also share the resources. We can share hardware, software and all the resources while making a cloud. So what is a cloud storage? First thing, the data or the files which are required to be stored in the cloud when they are saved on a remote server, which is easily accessible from anywhere with the internet access. Just by the help of the internet access, the data can be accessed from anywhere because the data is stored in a cloud at a particular server, and the accessibility of that server is to anywhere where I am residing or to whatever is my location by the help of the internet. Now, by the help of this exercise or by the help of storing this data, we access the data from any of the devices which is connected to the internet. So, the first thing which is required is the internet. So, internet is the prior thing which is required, including the devices that can be including computer, the tablets, the smartphones. Now, this is in contrast to the local data storage where the data is stored on the hard drive of a local desktop or a laptop. Because if suppose the data is stored on my laptop, so every time I need to access the data, I must have the access to my laptop. If my laptop is not with me, so I will not be able to access any data. If suppose a laptop get crashed, it is not working, then also again I am not able to access any data. So from there, the dependency from the device, the dependency has been removed just by having an internet on my smartphone or on my computer, on my any of the devices which is having an internet. I can get access to the data immediately. Now this is a cloud storage. We are having a cloud storage, all type of images like videos, music, documents, pictures, files, contacts, shares, anything with that can be stored over that cloud storage. We can have various hardware, softwares, various services are also available through which the data can be accessed over here. Online file storage centers or the cloud storage providers, they allow us to safely upload our files on the internet. Now, it is a cheap and the best technique to store our data. Like I want to store data like documents, photos, contacts, anything, any messages, any mails from the internet to the further use. So, I can get access to all this data for the future use as well. So, through the server, any of the devices connected, smartphone, laptop, my smart tabs, anything it is connected to the internet, just is the requirement of the internet. Like suppose what will happen now, we are having our laptops, we are having our smartphones as well. All the data which is there in my smartphone, all the data has been sent to the cloud. Now, whenever I am changing my phone or if my phone is destroyed, if my phone is not accessible, then by the help of the internet on any other device, I can simply go to that cloud and access the data. This is the major benefit of the cloud storage, that the data is available to the user at any time. This is a basic advantage. There are various cloud providers also like Apple iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, Amazon Cloud Drive, Microsoft SkyDrive. So these are the things which we are also using in our daily life, like Google Drive. We are using this Dropbox every day. All the mails, Google Sheets, Google Docs, any other messages, text messages, contacts, anything that are directly being saved on the Google Drive. Now, whenever if the data I am not able to access my laptop, So through my smartphone also, I can log in into the Gmail account, and from there I can get all my data recovered very easily. Same is for OneDrive as well. Hold my laptops, hold my system that can be backed up very easily on that cloud. So by the help of these famous cloud servers, the data will be accessible to the users, and all these servers, they provide some free source to users. Now Google Drive. So first one is the Google Drive. Google Drive gives us 15 GB of free storage. What it require? It require a Gmail account which needs to be accessed. Now the individuals, they can buy more storage for themselves, like the business administrators, they can buy storage licenses. If as a single individual also your storage is full and you want to access more of the storage, then by paying to that storage also we can easily get more storage. Now what is the benefit of it? The benefit of it is that it is allowing me to send or to save any type of document. We can make spreadsheets, we can make documentations, presentations, and then we can save directly to my drive. And if I am having a presentation somewhere, then every time I do not need my laptop to be there. Without my laptop also, my work will be done because it is already saved on the cloud storage, which is the Google Drive. By accessing to that Google Drive, the data can be easily recovered. Google Drive, this is a pure cloud computing service, which is having all the applications, documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and the storages. This can be found online as well. We can use it via desktop computers, tablets like iPad, or on smartphones. All of the Google services could be considered cloud computing, like Gmail, Google, calendars, Google Reader, Google Voice, and many more are there. Similarly, there is Microsoft OneDrive also. It is much more similar to Google Drive, and it also offers much the same services. So these are the few cloud servers which are there to store the data and then to process the data accordingly. Dropbox. It gives us 2 GB of free storage. It allows us to get more free space by completing certain tasks. So certain tasks are there in it. By completing those tasks, we can easily get more storage in it. This is available in the App Store and on the Android market as well. For example, when a file is uploaded to a Dropbox from a MacBook, it can be accessed from a Samsung phone as well. So by the help of this Dropbox, the dependency of the operating system has been tried to be removed. So 2 GB of storage is there. You can easily drop, by the help of this, we can easily drop the files over there to any of the operating system I am using, any of the like Samsung phone I am using, they are using Androids. And through the MacBook, I am saving that particular data. So that can also be done very easily in it. Now for the Dropbox, it is commonly used by the people to store their documents and images. Okay, and then we might set our own phone to automatically send all the pictures, whatever we are taking, into the Dropbox account. So what will the benefit of it, that I am clicking the picture and sending to my Dropbox account? The major advantage is that if I lose my phone, then the pictures are still available in the particular space. And we might use it to access our documents at the home, and then we can save the changes to it. For that also, we can use this Dropbox. So by the help of the Dropbox, the operating system dependency has been removed, and also the data, because first and the foremost important thing of the cloud storage is the data. The data is also being kept in intake for this particular storage. Next is the Apple iCloud. Apple's cloud services, it is primarily used by Apple users, and since it is a cloud, so for online storage and synchronization of all the documents like mail, contact, calendars, and much more thing like images and all. For this, they can use the iCloud. All the data we need, it is available to us on whatever device we seek to access, like from the iOS, Mac OS or the Windows devices. And if we want to make any change in a document, like if through any of my device, then it will is automatically going to update it. So whenever we are going to use, next time we are going to use that amended version, it is available to us on whatever device we are using to it. So it will become device independent for it. Now suppose if we are having lots of data there, like there are many of the pictures, films that we have made, and we actually need to pay for the extra storage, then for all these things we can use these services. Suppose my free storage has been completely used, then I can go for it. So Apple iCloud, it gives me 5 GB of free storage, and if we want more, then we have to pay it yearly. It is more or less like the Google Drive only. They were giving 15 GB, it is giving 5 GB. It allows us to sync all our devices to the iCloud. Anything that has been stored in the iCloud can be accessed from any iDevice only. Now, data can be accessed from any of the iDevice which is available. Like for example, a document which is typed on the iPad and saved to the iCloud can be accessed from an iPhone. So, this is the basic feature of the iCloud. Next is the Microsoft SkyDrive. So, Microsoft SkyDrive, it gives us 7 GB of free storage, and additional storage can be bought. See, in any of the drives which we have discussed till now, all of them are giving some or more of the free space, like 15 GB, 7 GB, 2 GB. So, these are the free storage, and if you want more, then you can pay for it, and then more storage can be bought further. What this Microsoft SkyDrive requires, it requires a Windows Live account, and it can be accessed. That should be accessible. It can be saved to a Windows computer as a mapped device as well. So, this is also the feature of Microsoft SkyDrive. Features are same. We can store any of the data. Now, to any of the device, any of the Windows computers, etc., you can access the data which is there on that particular drive. Just the companies are different for it. Next is the Amazon Cloud Drive. So, Amazon Cloud Drive, that also gives us 5 GB of free storage, and additional storage, it is available for $10 per year. It is available for download on Kindle Fire HD. A Save to a Cloud Drive app, it is available in the App Store for $1.99, and the Amazon Cloud Pictures, it is in the Android market for free. So, if you want to access or to store everything on the Amazon Cloud Drive, then that can also be done. These are the few services that are available, and by the help of these services, the data can be stored at any place. So, the requirement is not that all you have to need is a Gmail and all those things. Many of the companies are providing their separate drives also. By the help of the login, you can easily save the data to those drives, and by the help of those drives, the data can be accessed easily anytime. Now, till now, whatever we have discussed, all those drives, what are the common features? 3 platforms are third-party services. These are all the third-party services. They all offer a basic amount of free storage. Like we have discussed, Dropbox, it was 5 GB. OneDrive to the Microsoft, it is 7 GB. Google Drive, it is again 15 GB. And we have discussed earlier also, any additional storage that needs to be done, the user has to pay a yearly or monthly subscription. Like for Google Drive, it is 100 GB for $4.99 per month, or for 200 GB, it is $9.99 per month. So, based on the requirement, or based on the amount of the data, or based on the work that we are doing, like business administrations and all, they need more amount of data. By the help of that, we can get more security, and more amount of data can be stored over here. Now, why we need this cloud storage? What are this basic feature? All the platforms which we have discussed, they can be easily accessed by a web browser. Also, the apps which they are offering, they are easy to access. They are very easy to access. We can easily access all those apps from my smartphone or the tablet. And all 3, they are having a similar directory structure to that of the computer device, and by the help of it, the navigation is easy and the organizations of the files is also very easy. Like in a computer drive, we are having various drives, and in those drives we have our folder. In those folders we store our information. Similarly, in these also you can create your own folders like for contact, for images, for videos, or for any other important information. You can have your own folder, and in that folder the data can be saved. Now, additional features what are there, like online editing is also available. Like OneDrive and Google Drive, they offer possibility of editing documents inside the web browser only, and no additional software is required for it. So editing is very much easy. Folders, or we can say specific files, it can be shared with others also. So this will facilitate collaboration. We can share it in any editor mode. If you want that the file can be edited by anyone or to a particular user, that can be given. If you want that only the user can see that particular file but cannot tamper that the data in it, so we can share that particular site as a viewer also. So based on the various things or various permissions, the data can be shared. By sharing the data can be collaborated also. Now, I do not need that same person to whom I want to share the data to be at my place only. Now, what are the limitations? Limitation is the storage, because many colleagues are reluctant to pay for a service they need for work, and the amount of free storage provided with all these providers like Gmail, Microsoft and all, this is very limited. Next is the data protection issues only. So, whether I should keep my data on a third party service or not, it is again another issue. How the data protection is done, how the security of the data will be done. So, that also needs to be taken care of while saving the data into the cloud. So, cloud is always, the data can be hampered. Any of the security leak can also be done. So, these providers make sure that the data is secure. So, we do not use any other cloud which is not of trust. So, trust is also important for these cloud services. Now, advantages of cloud storing. First is the universal document access. There is not a problem with the cloud computing because you do not take your documents with you. The documents are with the cloud. Instead, what they do, we make the data stay in the cloud and we can access those data anytime and instantly available and whenever I wanted. The group collaborations are very much easy in it because we can share the data directly for the better collaborations. Many users use this as an important advantage of the cloud computing. And multiple users, they can collaborate easily on the documents on the projects they are working. So, sitting in different parts of the world, they can work on a similar project. The project can be shared because by the help of the cloud storage, the file is accessible to all the users to which permission is given, and then the data can be accessed. Increased data reliability. So, unlike desktop computing in which, like if suppose my hard disk gets crashes and then my all the valuable data will be destroyed, and the computer crashing, it will not affect the cloud crash because the data is stored on the cloud and the storage of the data is safe. Now, if my personal computer crashes, then all my data is out, but if the data is saved on the cloud, then the cloud is still accessible through any other device. Now, in a world where there were few individual desktop or PCs, they were used for the backup of the data on the regular basis. Cloud computing, it is a data safe computing platform because the data is safe. The data does not go anywhere. Data is safe and sound on the cloud computing, on the cloud server, and from that cloud server, the data can be accessed. Now, what are the disadvantages of cloud storing? It requires a constant internet connection because if the internet connection is not there, I cannot access my data. So, it is impossible if we cannot connect to the internet. Since we use the internet to connect both the applications and the documents. So, if I am not having the internet, we cannot access anything. Even my own documents, I am not able to access it. So if I'm having a dead internet connection, that means there is no work because the data is not there and inherently unreliable. So this could be a deal breaker as well because I'm not able to work. Stored data, it might not be secure also. So the question of security is always there in cloud computing. So can unauthorized users gain access to our confidential data? That depends on the cloud service which we are using. Now shared data, it can be lost because the data is stored cloud safe, it is replicated across multiple machines. But the chances that if our data goes missing, then we have no physical or local backup also because we have completely relied on the cloud. It does not work well with the low speed connections because if the connection is very slow, then the data, I cannot access my data. So web based applications are there, we require a lot of bandwidth to download and to go for the larger documents as well. Thank you.